And I think we're back for real this time. This will be match 2 of the best of 3 here in the winner's bracket between Exodunks and Warlords of the Deep. Before we get going, I have a couple of quick announcements to make. First of all, Monocle Madness is posted up on Twitter. They have a promo running today. The highest bet played on Monocle Madness today wins 1 billion ISK prize, so get on over there, make some bets on the SCL tournament today, and give them a hand. They're one of our sponsors today, so they're helping us out quite a bit. Second thing is Monocle Madness is also running yet another promotion. If they get up to 200 people in the SCL public channel on TQ, that's SCL-PUB, Monocle Madness give everyone in that channel at that moment one lotto ticket to the Perplexed Lotto with a chance to win 6plex and about 100 other prizes. So, we are sitting here looking at a red team and a blue team on the field. I'll let Seldorine introduce the red team.
And hey, I'm Seldorine, and again the red team is Exodunks. And we have a vastly different setup this time. We have Blaster Kaldari here. We have 3 Ferox in at 0 along with 3 Moas. We have a Tech 2 Logistics in the form of a Scimitar and a Damping Mollis at range.
And for the blue team, we have the same setup again. We have 3 Tengus, Osprey, 3 Sabers, and a Mollis. And again, being corrected, that is SCL-Public. We are go in 5 seconds here. Let me just do a quick double check on these Tengus again. They do again appear to be the Ham Tengus.
Yep, I can confirm they are heavy assault missile Tengus again, and the match has just started. And we see these Kaldari blaster ships burning in the direction of the Tengus. And we see the Tengus hemorrhaging off in every direction to try and escape the webs of these blaster ships.
Indeed, that's a bit of a starburst formation coming out of the blue team as they just scatter around and try not to get all of them tackled. We'll see how that works out for them. Still no damage coming down on either side. Some damping and some target painting up in the air, but other than that, nothing much yet.
Yeah, we've got an absolute swarm of red attack drones on the field. Obviously no drones from the other team.
Oh, and the Scimitar taking quite a bit of damage on the red team.
Yeah, exactly. The blue team primary appears to be the Scimitar of Boondog Saints, which is a very sensible first thing. Tech 2 Logistics are powerful for repping the shields of these Kaldari ships. And he is leaking armor dramatically. He's going to go down very shortly, and he is down.
And that was a great choice of primary for the Tengus that get kinetic damage, the kinetic weakness on the Scimitar. It is its big resist hole, so that's a fantastic choice of primary for them. That just really lucked out for them that it was not a Basilisk instead of a Scimitar. Now Eshnala and Moa seems to be the primary for the blue team. He looks like he's going to melt very, very rapidly, while the Osprey on the blue team takes a little bit of damage, but nothing really notable yet.
Exactly, this is looking like going to be a turkey shoot for the blue team, with turkeys exploding left, right, and center for the red team.
Now, is the Moa actually...
How many Moas do you need turkey? Well, I mean, Moa is a rather large bird, so I guess you could call it a turkey.
Fair enough. Wave Effect's now losing its shields as well, although it is pulling back. It's probably ASB fit, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep up with this damage that's incoming now. We also see a Mollis melting, probably on the firepower of a Saber.
Exactly.
Kadesh Priestess in the Saber managed to skirt the edges of the boundaries at 124.7 kilometers to date, the closest to the boundary without a violation. An award for that.
Yeah, and as we have the first Ferox drop, is a dead Ferox any more turkey-like than an alive Ferox? That's the question.
Well, we're going to find out if Moa keeps up as well. We have Dalika's Moa now melting. A little bit of damage on C7P9's Tengu. It looks like they did get a little bit of blaster damage down on it, but it's really nothing much, not enough. We have Hem webbed, but it's not going to be anything. The Osprey's going to be able to keep up with it just fine, so...
Yeah, this is going to be a whitewash. And thinking at the bands this time of the Warlord was a Balgorn and a Kronos, whereas their first bands were a Vindian and a Kronos. So they're essentially the same bands, which would lead me, if I was Exodunks' team, to think they're quite possibly going to be bringing the same setup. And knowing they're going to bring the Tengus again, bringing this blaster weak shield tank setup was not necessarily a very intelligent ship choice.
Well, and you think about the Tengu Ham setup that has to engage somewhere between, say, 20 and 40, depending on ammo type. Getting rid of Balgorn and Kronos makes sense. You have 2 webbing ships, right? One's a long-range webbing ship, one's a very high percentage web, like Kronos 90% web, just like a Vindicator, which was one of the red team bands. So suddenly, 3 of the nastiest heavy-duty webbing ships in the game are off the field. This Tengu setup looks a lot more viable again.
Exactly. Knowing you're going to be facing kinetic missiles, these Tech 1 shield tank hulls are not ideal. The resistances of these ships are a lot less than Tech 2 ships. I just cannot help. They think they could have brought something vastly different. A Minotaur Rush or something would have been highly effective.
Well, it was interesting they chose the Scimitar over the Basilisk. I mean, clearly they did that because they wanted to be able to kite, they wanted the Scimitar to be able to pull the range and outrun, and the Scimitar's a lot faster than a Basilisk. But an unfortunate part about the Scimitar is it has a huge kinetic resistance gap, whereas the Basilisk has natively high kinetic resist, being Kaldari. So it actually probably would have worked out better for them to have brought a Basilisk. Not that they could have known that, but we see Armageddon initiating self-destructive in his capsule, doesn't want to wait around for the teleport after this Ferox goes down, trying to take the Pod Express out.
Exactly, and this is going to be a strong victory in the second bout for the Warlords and makes this match wide open again. So after this, we'll have one victory for Exodus, one victory for Warlords, so we'll have a third fight to determine the overall match victor.